Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. It is JoyToy time again, but not mech. That's tomorrow's one. Action figures again. We're looking at Boyang Feng, we're looking at Steiner, and we're looking at Gregson, still all wrapped in their cellophane. The images we saw of these look pretty fantastic. We've got artwork which does match very accurately to the images, thankfully, or the images of the toys, I should say. So let's open these bad boys up, have a look and see what they are like. Let me turn the camera around and let's get into this. So here they all are. So we have Boyang Feng, we have Gregson, and we have Steiner on the right there. First impressions, I really like them, but there are some little tiny gripes. So if you look at Boyang Feng, my gripe with him is he doesn't have anywhere for his sword, so I've had to stick his sword through his belt at the back there, which is not ideal. He'll cut his ass if he starts running, you know. So that's just a minor thing with him. Also, none of them have left hands. They come with 2 pairs of extra hands each, but none of them have left hands with fingers on triggers, which would be nice, especially for Boyang Feng, because his gun is so short, his main gun. He could hold that and his pistol in each hand, but his hands aren't really great for doing the pistol. And then if we look at Steiner, he's got an awesome combat knife, but nowhere for it to go, and yet you can put his swords here. Now he does have this loop you can see in his belt just here, but the problem is I've not tried, because the combat knife's got that hook that will go through and that will hook on that little ring. That'd be really hard to get out, so I didn't bother doing it like that. I mean, it might be okay, but I didn't want to try, so maybe I'm just being a bit too picky there. Now, the things I like. Gregson comes with 2 helmets, one of goggles, one without goggles. You can use this for customs or whatever you want. That's a really nice feature. I love the way they've done the swords here on Steiner. Just going through the back there, little cross at the bottom. So nice. Really good. Be nice they put a knife sheath on his free leg there. I love his gun. It's big and chunky, but again, no drill barrel. I love the helmet that he has and Boyang Feng. Same helmet they have, which is great. Gives them a sense of unity. And the fact that it goes over the head and not... Sorry about that. Get over. And not a replacement head, I think is fantastic too. So let me take this one off as well, so we can have a look at their head sculpts in a moment, and we stand Gregson back up again, but without his gun, because I don't waste too much time. Come on, Gregson. Okay, the sculpts are really nice. So here's Boyang Feng. Again, looks almost identical, very similar to the suited assassin. The gun's pretty good, but no dual barrel. Nice little pose. His pistol, the other's got quite the sci-fi sort of pistol. He's got more of the contemporary style. You know, having the little shells there is for his pistol is pretty cool too. And they've given him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. That sort of water, and he's got another 2 shells in the back. That water sort of tank going up to his jacket is a nice feature too. Really cool. And the fact that this jacket can be taken off and his arms won't be mismatched because they're brown underneath his brown is fantastic too if you're doing customs. Looks really good. Gregson, again, I love that hat. I love the way he's got this sort of armor pit, almost like a bomb disposal expert. Looks really cool. More sci-fi on the gun there. His standard weapon is like this, and again, with him and with Boyang Feng, I can't stand when they put these bars on the back, because it makes it more difficult for the figures to hold their guns. But Gregson looks great, nice little work, and you see that little inking going around that stitching on that square there. Looks fantastic. Details really pop. Good head sculpt. And why does my camera keep moving? I don't know. Nice features on that. He just looks really good. He might be the best looking of the bunch, possibly. And the fact you have on an alternative helmet you can stick on him if you want is great as well. And then we come to Steiner, who's the most sci-fi looking of the bunch. Let me just get Gregson standing up properly first. I will come to Steiner. I'll put him back in case he falls backwards again. Great looking armor, fantastic, really, really well done. Mean looking face sculpt there, does look pretty cool. Great on the gun. In fact, if I'm looking at the camera, it doesn't look particularly mean like this. Oh yeah, he's a great looking figure. I just wish there was somewhere really for that knife, and the swords look great. So if I push the knife in, I haven't tried it yet. I'll do it on camera now. We'll see if it gets stuck. And if it gets stuck, I'll work out how to take it out after. That little loop just there. So it would go in that way. Ooh, it might do it. It will go in, but okay. So it's in. Then see, out is now the issue because of the hook and the lip. I'll sort that afterwards. So yeah, it can go in, but you know what? Let me sort it out now off camera while talking to you, just so you guys know. It goes in with a bit of a push, but that hook is going to make it really hard to come out. In fact, I reckon the only way I'm going to do that is maybe if I get like a really small piece of metal. Oh no, I tell a lie. It does come out. You need to angle the knife as you pull it and it comes out. So I take back that initial criticism. He can have that knife stowed there very, very nicely, which is cool. So his sword's very easy to go in and out. And he can hold his swords very nicely. Same swords we saw on the Master Assassin who I reviewed the other day. But obviously these ones are not just all black. Or same one we saw on... Is it Fearless Tiger? You see it's got that little lip on the bottom. It means the swords can attach. There's that little hole there. They can attach together. Looks really good holding swords. If I quickly attach them together, he's now got that double edged fighting blade there. Fantastic looking. Now the interesting thing with these three this here is that normally when you get a set, everything's pretty much identical and you can show articulation on one. I have to show articulation on all of these because they're all slightly different. So let's start with our man, Boyang Feng. Okay, so let's take his gun off. I'll take his pistol off and I'll take that sword out of his belt. Okay, so let's get a little bit of a focus going on. So left, right, up, down. Really good up, down, side to side. Shoulders all the way around. Upwards. Yeah, well past the 180. Because the pads are loose on the jacket. Wish it was brown on the elbows, but never mind. Biceps. Yeah, JoyToy is doing a great job on their biceps, has to be said. Still not as good as Acid Rainbow. They're the best bicep bend. But JoyToy are doing consistently well now. He has upper trunk, so he can go forwards, backwards, side to side, and he can turn. And he has waist of forwards, backwards, side to side, and he can turn. Hips, practically full split, but the holster for the pistol stops that. Forwards and backwards is all right, not great. Thigh twist, really tight in a double knee bend. And JoyToy, you could have done boot turn, but you didn't, never mind. So he has foot swivel, inwards, outwards, which is really good. He has a very nice tippy toe considering he's wearing boots. His dorsiflexation is not amazing. Let's get his body straight. He can still stand up at the maximum, but his toes do have the flexation as JoyToy do. And then his wrists are that same system where you have to line up the joint. They'll twist that and you can line up the joint and you can pose the hands. Good articulation. Good start for number one. Okay, let's come to Gregson. I think he might struggle the most, but we will see. So head, left to right, up, down, side to side, really good. Arms, yeah, all around. Shoulders, still gets to the flat because it looks like. Okay, flat on one and not on the other. Bicep bend, he gets over 90 on both. Trunk has disappeared. Waist, he can turn. Small forwards, backwards, small side to side. Wrist is the same as the others. Hips, sculpting gets in the way. Forwards, backwards, not great, but acceptable. Thigh twist, double kneecap, and despite his bulk, really tight. And again, there is no boot turn, but the feet will be the same as Boyang Fend because they got the same boots on all three figures. Which brings us to Steiner. Let's take this. Oops, again it goes. So the knife was a case of in and then up and pull. There we go. And get his pistol out here. So head is a left and a right, up and a down, small side to side, arms all the way around. Shoulders, can he get flat on both? It's looking like he's the same like Gregson. He's struggling on his left hand. So almost straight on both. Right arm is slightly easier. It should be the same on both of his because his pads are even. So I'm not sure why this one here is struggling a bit. It's close enough though. Biceps, again, really good in the biceps despite the bulk. Over 90 degrees again. His chest articulation has lost. His trunk, his waist, he can still do a little bit forwards, backwards, not really side to side, he can turn. Wrists are the same as the others, but he's got the best hips though, look at that. Very good, full splits. Forwards, not great. Backwards, not great. Thigh twist, double kneecap. He is the bulkiest thighs, but still look how tight that is. Fantastic. And then the boots, the shoes are the same as the others. Good articulation on all three, even considering the arm and bulk that some of them have. So I'm going to come back in an instant because I'm going to get just a couple of figures to do a comparison with. And then we'll take a quick look. So back in an instant for you guys. Oh, here he says. Okay, so let's take a look with my always used recently, because I haven't finished with them, Acid Rainweld Custom of a Narinu Sentinel. Scale fantastically well. Let me put his arms down actually, just to get a better sense. Sentinel's obviously slightly more bulky than, just a touch more bulky with his armor. Let's use a Ultramarines Invictus Tactical Warsuit pilot, who's obviously huge because he's a Space Marine. Massive. In fact, if I put him over there, I can still get one more in. And then I will use, let me use Fortnite, one of my favourite Fortnite figures, who one day I'll eventually get around to doing something with, and that's Menace, undefeated champion. And he is bigger, but he's quite a tall figure, even by his head, just a bit bigger. And the helmet obviously makes it look bigger again. So they do scale well with your 118 figure lines, as you'd expect from Acid Rainwell. As you expect from JoyToy. You do get a really good alternative helmet for Gregson, and it's really nice that the helmets for Boyang Feng and for Steiner do come off. Great toys, fantastic job by JoyToy. Highly recommended again. If you have to choose between the Mercenaries or these three, choose these three. They are better. And if you didn't see the Mercenaries review, I'll stick it up there somewhere for you to look at. Okay, click on the notification icon and subscribe so up to date with the news, reviews, videos, etc. And I'll be back soon with another awesome Asteroid videos review for you guys. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.